Hello guys and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about how to speak like a native speaker or how to understand native speakers. For the sake of acquiring this skill, it needs practice to become expert, especially on pronunciation. And when it comes to pronunciations, you need to train your mouth muscles to accustom with the nuances of the pronunciations in a particular language. So if you're interested in, this video is for you. And if you employ the things I'm going to tell you today, your sound will be more natural, will become more natural and like a native speaker. Before going to the topic, please, if you're new here, subscribe to my channel and like this video. Let's get started. First, the speaking speed. So, the way that native speakers speak is not too fast. Most of the language learners think that if I will be able to speak very fast, then I'm speaking like a native speaker, which this idea is incorrect. Native speakers never speak fast. Instead, they use from the shortened form of a phrase or a word in their conversations. Because of that, we think they speak fast, whereas they don't. The tips and points that I'm going to tell you in a moment is not used in writing. It's just in speaking. For example, as I said before, I'm gonna is the shortened form of I am going to. We are not allowed to use I'm gonna in exams and in writings. But in speaking, it's okay. 99.9% of native speakers speaks like this. I'm gonna. They never say I am going to, or any other examples that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna equals to I am going to. Look, how much time do I need to spend on every single word in this example? I am going to. Instead, we can use I'm gonna. First, our speed of speaking will go up, and second, our sounds will become more natural and like a native speaker. I'm gonna. Try to use the shortened form of the words. Or I have to go. I have to go. I have to go. I want to know about that. I want to know about that. I want to know about that. And some other examples. The next one, the second silent A letter. A before LLY is silent. For example, this is not correct to say logically. Logically. This is wrong. And instead, you should say logically. Logically. A is not pronounced. Psychologically, not psychologically. Whenever you see A before LLY, you have to remind yourself that there is no sound. Just say li, logically, psychologically, or drastically. The third one, the pronunciation of. Now, the simple example that we always hear from the native speakers is of. They pronounce the F letter like V, with a very small syllable, for example, of. When they use it in between the sentences, it's hard to hear the F or the V sound. For example, non-native speakers say a sheet of paper, but native speakers never say like this. They pronounce like a sheet of paper. Look, there is a very tiny V sound that even we aren't able to recognize the voice. A sheet of paper, or call of duty. Why you pronounce duty, not duty? So changing T to D is our next step. The next step is blending sounds. Blending sounds means when two sounds blend together, like don't you. If we pronounce like don't you, we can't make a proper sound for that because there is a little bit pause. Like don't you, and it's completely unnatural. Natives pronounce it like this: don't you, don't you want to go with me, don't you want to do it, don't you, not don't you. And it's applicable for what are you saying? It is better to say what you're saying. Look, we are blending the sounds together to make a slightly different sound, a little bit. More examples like lot of, lotta. It has a lot of opportunities. Or it was amazing. Kind of, kinda. That was kinda hard. What do you think about my new job? What do you do in your free time? I don't want to. I don't wanna. I don't want to do it anymore. These were all contractions. If you don't know what is contraction, so find the link of this video in the description box down below. Next one, glottal stop. We have some words in English that is extremely hard to pronounce exactly as natives does. English doesn't have too many unusual words, but exceptions exist in everything. Another examples like button, button, kitten, kitten, mountain, mountain. It is the same for certain, certain, or certainly, certainly. Remember, when you recognize a word which ends with AIN, it's a glottal stop, and you should apply a glottal stop there. Next one, replacing T to D. Native speakers never say like municipality. They mostly change the T to D letter. I mean in standard American accent, like municipality, municipality, or the word letter, letter. They never say letter, letter. I mean in American English, but in British, they never say like municipality. They say municipality or letter, letter. They never say letter. Little, little, waiting, waiting, or Call of Duty, Call of Duty. I love this game. In American, we say little, little, waiting, waiting, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, and municipality. And one more thing I want to add to this part is the pronunciation of this word. Natives pronounce south, south, but this is wrong to say southern. The point is, we pronounce south, but when we see the first letter, we think that this is southern, southern. But this is wrong. The correct one is southern, southern. This isn't southern. Let's move on. Next one, combinations. Native speakers always use from the combinations in their speeches and in their conversations, like should, would, and could with have, like should have, not should have. I should have done this before. I should have done this before. So if you want to sound you more like a native, you should say I should have, not I should have. I should have done this before. I should have done this before. Or I could have done this before. I would have done this before. Also, it's easier to say should have instead of should have, because we have a little bit pause between should and have. That makes our sound slightly unnatural, and it's easier and better to say should have, could have, and would have. Next one, word endings. Don't drop the ending words like cup. Say cup, cup. Your audience must hear the voice of P at the end of this word. Cup, cup. This is not a mistake, but it's better to be heard. Like job. Most of the people drop the B letter. They say job, job. You must be heard. Job, job. Bob, bob. Road, road. Red, slap, slap. And the last one, choosing your specific accent. There's a lot of English accents around the world, which common ones are American, British, Canadian, and Australian accent. But people tend to choose American or British accents based on their desire. Choosing your specific accent will help you to learn something fast and not shift from one accent to another. Just pick one of them and practice consistently. There's no such big difference between American accent and British accents, but sometimes it's really hard to pronounce a word exactly as it is. And once you become expert on your accents and becoming familiar with different accents, you will be able to recognize the other sounds that you hear. I mean, in a different accent. You will recognize which accent it is. So this was for today's video. Thank you for watching this video up to end. If you're new here, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and please share my videos with your friends and with your families. Wish you the best.